Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have a question for you all. Do you believe you can separate the art from the artist?
Yes.
Well, I don't. Today I want to talk to you all about one of the most successful artists of our time, Micheal Jackson. Micheal was a loving and caring man, and also a big kid at heart. Micheal was a group star, a soloist, and a pop star. Most people know Micheal started off in the Jackson 5 with his brothers. The Jackson 5 was a very successful group. They had their first solo album. They had their first album in 1969. They had their first album in 1969 where they traveled all across the U.S. and was followed by many fans. In 1971, the Jacksons had their first TV show, which was called The Jackson 5. And Micheal also had his first solo album. But it was still associated with the Jackson 5. So soon after, Micheal decided he wanted to go solo on his own. In 1979, Micheal recorded his first album called Off the Wall with Quincy Jones, getting him his first Grammy. In 1982, he did his follow-up album called Thriller, which made him the most successful artist of the 80s. In 1984, Micheal had his hit song called Billie Jean, all the way up to his hit album called Bad. Micheal became a very successful artist. In the midst of all his fortune and fame, Micheal was accused of molestation in 1993 of a 13-year-old boy. And the whole ordeal was settled through a payment to the kid's family. In 1994, the next year, Micheal married Lisa Presley, Elvis Presley's daughter. And they were married for 2 years and divorced in 1996. And that same year, Micheal married Debbie Rowe. Debbie Rowe was Micheal's nurse. And the next year, in 1997, Micheal and Debbie had their first son, Prince. And also in that year, Micheal wrote his album Blood on the Floor. That next year, in 1998, they had their first daughter, Paris. And that next year, in 1999, they divorced. A couple of years after, in 2003, Micheal was accused of molestation again of another 13-year-old boy. This time, Micheal was tried, but he was also acquitted. In after everything that happened, Micheal decided he wanted to do a final tour. And he decided to call the tour, This Is It. But he didn't get to do the tour because on June the 25th of 2009, Micheal passed away. According to Salem Press, Michael's doctor was accused of overdosing him. The doctor only served 2 years in prison, but he was sentenced to 4. In closing, Micheal was one of the most incredible artists in person. And that's why I asked the question, can you really separate the artist from the art? Thank you. Any questions?
Yes. Do you not do the moonwalk?
No, I did not. Yes.
What interests you in Micheal Jackson?
Lately, it had been a bunch of cases of our black men who were very big stars in the media, bad stories about them. It's not only him, it was Micheal, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, and he's the only one that's not alive today. And I feel like it was not okay that was discrediting his name.
Great job.
Thank you.
I thought you were going to move on to the picture.